How do Mime Artists? Welcome back to another set of 10 UX stages, starting off with Nidoking. This one is a full psychic team. If you're just from the last video, it's exactly the same team that was used on the Nidoqueen stage, so just go in with that again, make as many matches with the non-shiny Mewtwo as possible. Once the shining Mewtwo is Mega Evolved, becomes a lot easier to differentiate them. Also on the phone screen, as a phone screen for EDS screen, it's a lot easier to differentiate which is which. Beyond that, as you can see, there will be some breakable blocks on the stage. If you like, you can use Tapu Lele to get rid of them, but they shouldn't be too much trouble for you. There isn't that much HP, so a good couple of hits with the non-Mega Mewtwo should be able to get rid of quite a lot of its HP. There will be some Nidoqueens on the stage, as you can see there, but it's nothing you need to worry about. By the time they do become a problem, you should have the stage already beaten. And then Leafeon is up next, going in with a full flying team. There will be some Pokemon disrupted onto the stage, so it's quite a good one to have, just to be able to have things like the Noivern or the Lugia that can help get rid of quite a few of the Pokemon on the stage. Mega Salamence is very good here, just to help with the combos. There's some ice blocks on the stage, so it's not that tricky. It's a fairly fine stage to go up against. It shouldn't cause you too many problems. Maybe just 1 or 2 tries, and you'll have this stage beaten, no problem. There we go, another S rank. That stage, as you can see, not too tricky there. And then Scizor is up next. This one just a +5 moves. It seems like by this point a lot of the baseline levels will need things like +5 moves, which is just going along with the damage spike. But that was definitely to be expected. So just very similar to the last stage, just trying to get the Mega Salamence being a Mega as soon as possible. The Mega start certainly isn't needed, I wouldn't say. You will have some scissors on the stage, so the Noivern and the Lugia can be a lot more effective than on the last stage, when there were only some ice blocks. And there we go, not too much trouble on that stage at all. Next up here, as you can see, Skarmory going in, full fighting team. Could have made a match with the Beware in the first turn there to slow down the disruptions, but I thought that the damage from the Buzzwole would be a little bit better on a stage like this. As you can see, there are quite a few unbreakable blocks to start with, and one Skarmory. Some Skarmories also disrupted onto the field. A lot will happen on this stage. It's not too terrible. I wouldn't say it's necessary to bring a Pokemon with eject or shot out, anything like that. And once you've got the Mega Lucario working, you can get rid of the unbreakable blocks very easily. And because there's not too much HP, just a good couple of bashes with a match of 4 Buzzwole will be the end of it. And then next up here is Floatzel. Floatzel. Not going in with a +5 moves or any items. This stage can be done itemlessly. It will just probably take you a few tries to get there. So, pretty much with a lot of these stages currently going in with Silvally. Mine is level 29, which is not too bad. Very good on a stage like this where there are quite a few different types on the field, and it can just be really good in the combos. Mega Ampharos does take a while to get online, but once it is, it's another very good Pokemon to have. Decidueye, mine's is only level 8 or 9, but it's up to about skill level 4. So Super Arrow, I think it's called, can do quite a lot of damage when you make matches of 4, which is very nice. And then the Tapu Koko is just there to get rid of the Floatzels that are on the stage when it starts. And then next up here we have Toxicroak. Very similar to quite a few of the other stages where there's a full Psychic team. There will be some Toxicroaks on the stage that I don't think Tapu Lele can get rid of with the Stabilize Plus ability, but it can get rid of the unbreakable blocks that you see there. So just working around the Toxicroaks as much as possible, or if you want to make a match of 3 with them, that's okay as well. It will take up a move, but you've got quite a few left if you can get some good hits in with the non-Mega Mewtwo. And there we go. Another delightful, simple stage, S-ranked. No too shabby. And then we have Togekiss going in with a +5 moves. I think this one could be done itemlessly if you get a match with the Celesteela turn 1, and then after that you keep hitting Solgalios and you get really good matches with the Aggron as well. If you're able to and you're really lucky, I think it is possible. I did try this about 3 or 4 times itemlessly before just going in with the +5 moves, and if you need to use a +5 moves, it's not the end of the world, it's just 1,000 coins, so it could be worse. There aren't that many moves on this stage, so it can be quite hard to do it itemlessly. I think it is just a 9 move stage, so you'd need to do it in about 4 or 5 moves to get the S rank. If you're going in looking to just beat it, it's fairly hard to be able to not beat it. If you've got the Celesteela and you can get a good match in the first couple of turns, it shouldn't be a problem. And there we go, 5 moves left, not too bad, easy clap. And penultimately to the penultimate one, going in +5 moves and a mega start. This one is a fairly difficult stage. Most of these Pokemon, as you can see, are very highly leveled. The Incineroar is about level 11 or 12. The Silvally 29, Ho-Oh I think is about 14 or 15. And the Tyranitar, that's just completely max leveled at this point. It's got a lot of HP on this stage, and as you can see there are some very heavy hitting Pokemon. The Incineroar can do quite a lot of damage with the Super Tackle if you're able to get a match of 4 going off. Ho-Oh has been skill swapped for Nosedive, so that can do a lot of damage as well. These Pokemon are very heavy hitters when they go off, if they go off, and if they don't, it can be a little bit tricky of a stage. So that's why there is the +5 moves and why there is the Mega Star, just because this stage it's got a lot of HP and it's fairly difficult to get any form of a good combo when there are some unbreakable blocks being thrown onto the stage every couple of turns. You could always go with something like a Talonflame, which is super effective and has a block break just one plus there. So if you want to do something like that, that could be okay, and you could swap out something like the Incineroar, which maybe doesn't make as many matches as the Ho-Oh. And then we've got Haxorus. This is going to be an oddish stage. There's no +5 moves or anything because it's a puzzle stage, so if you follow these moves exactly, you will be able to get the S rank without using any coins. Not that you could, but follow these exact moves and you're able to get the S rank. From what I could tell, it is different than the old one. I did try making the same matches as was needed with the old one and it didn't work, but this way completely fine. Follow all of those moves and you will have it no bother. And that's just a nice easy itemless S rank. And then lastly here we have Mega Mewtwo, going in +5 moves, attack power up and a disruption delay. I didn't go with the Mega Start when I didn't have enough coins, and also just because it's not as needed as the disruption delay, which is about the same amount, although I would say that the attack power up is perhaps the best item to have here because there's a lot of HP. There's going to be Espeons all over the stage. That's why we've got Rayquaza for the shot out ability, just to consistently be able to get rid of the Espeons and do a lot more damage. Silvally is here just for the typeless combo. If you skill swap the Hoopa, I keep confusing Hoopa and Ho-Oh. If you've skill swapped the Hoopa to have typeless combo, go with that. You don't need to then bring Silvally because the Hoopa is super effective. I think whenever Hoopa stage comes back as one of the special events, I'll probably skill swap it and work towards getting it up to a high typeless combo level, as it's just a lot better than the risk taker ability that it has just now. If you wanted, you could always swap out one of the tapping megas for one of the megas that gets rid of itself. Something like a Gengar I think would be super effective here. That could work. Just that way you would then only have the 4 support Pokemon, with the Espeon being the extra one. And hopefully you can just hope that you don't see the disruptions, which will be ice blocks, which will be more Espeons. It's just a lot on the stage, so you can hope that you're able to beat it very easily before the disruptions come back. And there we go, 14 moves left, a boss stage to finish things out. Thank you very much for watching, and how do, Mime Artists?
Eggs! Eggs! E-double-G-S eggs!